Hi, Fanshawe College. This is Angela. I'm the editor of Interrobang, and it's time for FSU Elections. So today I am interviewing Ricardo. He's one of two candidates this year. And may you please introduce yourself, Ricardo?
Yeah, thank you for having me today, Angela. I'm Ricardo. I'm your candidate for these elections, and I hope we have the opportunity to get to know each other a little bit in this conversation.
What program are you a part of? Tell me a little bit about your time with Fanshawe College.
Yeah, I'm finishing now my last term of Human Resources program. And also back home, I'm an international student. I have experience in social communications and a master's in linguistics. So that's kind of a little bit of my background. And I've been working for the past years with corporate communications. And now at Fanshawe, I am the Communications and a Student Advocacy Coordinator at FSU.
So tell me a little bit about, besides what you just told me, about why you've decided to run for FSU President 2021.
Why I've decided to run for president, it's because I have been, in my past experiences, advocating for employees in different companies. Now I am the Communications and Student Advocacy Coordinator here at FSU, as I said, and I'm advocating on behalf of students. So becoming the FSU president for me is a way to keep raising students' voices wider and in a more powerful manner, and fighting to maintain Fanshawe as a reference in student support. So we have many ways to make a difference and to promote change, and this is the path I've chosen to give back to the college that embraced my potential and gave me so many wonderful opportunities.
Can you tell me a little bit about any past leadership experience that you've had that would make you suitable for this role?
Yeah, for sure. I was in the past coordinator, communications coordinator and planner. So I've been in a path of working with corporate communications and leading projects, leading teams. And now here at Fanshawe, I am volunteer, I am a mentor in the Inspire program. And as I said, I am the Communications and Student Advocacy Coordinator. So I'm already advocating on behalf of students, and I would have to continue to do that.
So you've enjoyed your time as the advocacy coordinator so far with FSU. But if you were president, you would be spending a year representing over 20,000 full-time students in one of the largest colleges in the province. So how do you feel about being in the public eye?
Yeah, I feel that's amazing. I think I could taste a little bit of this experience being the coordinator, because we have many exposure and we are like recording many videos, interacting with the students all the time, interacting with the press, with another college. So I'm ready, I'm prepared.
You sound confident. So let's talk about your platform. What kind of changes do you want to bring to the Fanshawe Student Union?
Yeah, I think it's important for us to have in the back of our minds that it's a whole different year. So in this year that I've been at FSU, I helped to migrate all the initiatives to the online format, which was a super challenge, and probably the next year, hopefully we have to migrate everything to the in-person format again. So I think that should be our main focus for the year, like resume our in-person and hybrid activities. And also I think we should strengthen initiatives focused on the job market and employability, because I know many students are struggling to get a job, to prepare themselves, and to come to Canada in a more established way. Also, I want to keep endorsing programs such as Bus Pass, Get Connected, sexual awareness, academic integrity, legal and mental health support, and also the initiatives that reduce the costs of academic expenses for students, like the used bookshop, the sharing shop, the FSU bikes. So all these activities, they are mostly in person, and we have to wait until we can do some movements about it, but I'm confident that soon we're going to have the opportunity to get back to the normal life.
So I was actually going to ask, my next question was, what are your 3 main priorities as FSU president? You covered a lot there, but I want to give you just another chance to add anything before we move on.
Yeah, so I think my initiatives focus in the job market and work closely to the career service. I think it's an important path. The second one is continue like successful projects that we've already have inside the FSU. And the third, I think it's have a more open door management to listen to students regularly and foster periodic discussion groups and improvements and suggestions from the college. So yeah, communication is the key. And I think this would be a priority as well.
And lastly, why should students vote for you?
This is a tricky question, but yeah, I have many experience in leadership. I am passionate about advocating on behalf of students, and I know it has been a difficult year. We are all the time connected to a computer, but we never felt so isolated. So I think it's time to unify our voices, and even if physically separated, to act together to keep Fanshawe as a reference in student support. And I'm here for students, and I know I can handle it, and I can be a good representative to the FSU. So it's time to reconnect.
Very nice, Ricardo. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we wrap up?
I would like to ask to students to get as more involved as they can, because we have to act as a group to make the difference inside the college. So I just want to ask, keep engaged, participate, get involved, and vote. Make your voice be heard and put on like in these positions and the director's positions and the coordinator's position is students that you feel that could represent our best interest as a group.
All right, Ricardo, I'm going to leave it there. Everybody get out and vote. You'll see the voting dates and times in the description above this video. Thanks for watching.